So in this episode I will make a model of the fuselage of the flying robot using plastic kit set models and various bits and pieces. Join me as I draw, model, animate and film fantasy robots fighting in a machine-only world. It's crossover steampunk mecha. It's the behind the scenes before there's even a film. It's Retro Roboland. So in the last episode I used a maquette model to demonstrate a scene and then showed how it was made. The episode before I drew this flying robot based on the Fokker E111 plane crossed with flapping wings like a dragonfly. Alright, spoiler here, I did this before I filmed this. I had built quite a lot of the fuselage using the inside ink chamber of a ballpoint pen, this cylindrical tube and a Revell 1/72 scale plastic kit of a Fokker E111 of which I used the fuselage pieces, cut down 2 wings, and from this 1/32 scale Airfix Omnibus I used pieces from here to create the tubular framing. So as I said, I'd spent considerable time on the project before I decided to begin filming, and I would have painted what I have created with white gesso undercoat. So this is what my fuselage should look like, and this is the guide for what I'm trying to achieve. Drum roll please. I have stored the model made thus far in this, a box of Beatles themed socks, because, well, I love the music of the Beatles and kept this very cool box. So first I take out the fuselage itself, which has been painted with white gesso. I've also cut down the wings from the kit into the swinging tail plane. They spin like that. I will show you this closer a little bit later. But first let me paint it red with acrylic paints, just so. So as I start the painting, let me give a shout out to the YouTuber Quick Kits, mostly of aeroplanes, but the presentation style is relaxed and engaging. There are different levels of technical ability and it's not too intimidating as to be unattainable, which I've seen a few of those. I've left a link in the description to have a look. He's a young British guy by the name of Owen. I also like the fact that he only uses paintbrushes, not a mini airbrush, which I don't have either. The channel is Quick Kits, check it out. Okay, so the fuselage is dry, and in the close-up you can see the kit set fuselage of the Fokker E111, and at the back I've built the lattice out of parts of the Omnibus kit. And I've cut down the end of the wings, and I've glued one wing to the internal cartridge of the ballpoint pen, and you see here it slots through the cylinder I showed at the start of the video, and it spins around with my fingers, so in flight it will just pivot back and forth. Now here I have another pen cartridge for the pivot of the flapping wings with pieces of an old plastic gift card that I will apply glue and then glue that in place, and I use a pad and a peg to keep that in place as the glue dries, which is all very fiddly, so I use these tweezers like that. Bit of this, bit of that, bada bing, bada bong. When it's ready I leave to dry, and magically 1 second watching time later it's dry and rotates rather nicely. So of course the next step will be to complete the rotating tail plane, and the tail planes are 90 degrees to each other. And I'll use raisin boxes and a peg or two to hold that in place, as well as some post-it notes and a rubber. How random is that? So I just need to glue the wing on over here. The glue is a little bit dried up, so lay down a monster gob of glue like that. So it occurred to me that filming the earlier part of the build may have been a bit more interesting than this particular bit, but the overall concept here is to track a very tactile and indeed retro creative journey all the way, all the stops so to speak. So I did not put it in a cut to show the glue drying. I have now 2 rotational pivots, one for the tail plane that will rotate back and forth, and one for the main flapping wings. In the next episode I will have a go at designing on paper a little more clearly several different designs for the shape and movement of the wings. And if now we look again at the original concept sketch, you see that the fuselage and the tail plane have been made quite faithfully. Thanks for watching. Click here and click like and subscribe. Over there you can start the playlist from the beginning. It's going to get longer and longer. Over there, that one, the YouTube algorithm is chosen. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.